everybody to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show David Crowther, and he's a dating consultant for men, and I'm so excited to have him here today because he's got the inside scoop on men. And he's telling us, do men just want to date younger women? Because I hear this complaint from women all the time. So he's going to tell us, lady, what the answer is. But before we jump into that, David, tell our audience a little bit about you.
Yes, so I was very shy growing up. I moved around a lot. I think I went to 7 or 8 different schools before I hit high school. And I was very introverted. I still am introverted. I'm just way better at hiding it. And I was just a complete disaster around women and relationships, all that stuff. So I got some help. And that started to transition into not only successful marriage, which I'm very happy with, of course. Otherwise, why would you put the ring on? But also a practice of guys that I'm helping be better with women. And hopefully I have some insights for your guys too, or your girls, I should say.
Well, you're living proof that you're, getting advice and worked for you. So.
Oh, yeah. I like to think I'm the special in some way, but I know that's not true. But, humor me. Special.
You are special, and that's why I'm having you on the show. So
excellent. I'll take it.
Okay, so let's jump into this. So do men really want to date younger women? Because I hear this complaint a lot from women in their 40s and 50s and 60s that men just want to date younger women, and even women in their 30s. They'll go, oh, guys just want men or women in their 20s. So tell me what the truth is.
Oh, the truth. Can you guys handle the truth? Wow.
Yes, we want to know the truth.
You're blurring my face for this, right? And my voice is going to be hidden. So when
they don't know where you live. They're not going to come hunt you down.
Excellent. The truth is, and this is going to be very unsatisfying, it depends. I would argue 2 different points. One is that for most people, you are going to, men and women, there's going to be a point where your identity and how you see yourself transitions. It typically happens at the 40 mark for most people, around that. And what that really means is the young hero adventure persona that you probably guys have when they're younger, that's gone, right? Or at least it's meant to transition. It's meant to transition to maybe a loving father or a successful businessman or whatever you're meant to be, or he's meant to be. But a lot of guys don't transition very well. As when it doesn't go well, it's called a midlife crisis. And those guys definitely want to trade in a 40-year-old wife for 2 20-year-old, girlfriends. However, most of the guys I end up coaching want a girl that is within 10 years of their age. So if they're 40, they want a girl that's between the ages of usually 32 to 42. And you'll notice it is skewed younger. It just tends to be how guys go. They do tend to skew younger, but the reason they tell me they want this is they have the problem with a 21-year-old girl, for example, is there's no life experience. So if you want someone to be your partner in life, and not just sexually, you'll want someone who can hold up a conversation, who can be, have input, versus someone who's just enjoying the ride but doesn't necessarily offer anything other than satisfaction sexually and occasionally.
So you bring up a really great point, because I hear that too within my matchmaking business is men in their 40s will say, yeah, a woman in her 20s just doesn't, she doesn't have enough life experiences. So I want someone, like you said, within a 10-year, I think you hit the nail on the head. Usually it's within that 10 years. And this is what I will say, ladies, is a man in his 40s or 50s that still wants to have children, he's going to automatically want a younger woman that's in her 30s. Okay, it's just the way it is. But if you're a woman in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, and you're not going to have more children or any children, is that, then he's not the right man for you, right? Because you want to find the man, like David said, it really does depend. Because, of course, there are some men that want younger women, but then there are some men that are like, no, I'm done. I don't want any more children, and I want a woman that is within this age range, closer to my age. So it really does just depend, right?
It does. And worst case scenario, mailorderhusbands.com. I don't know if that exists. I hope it does. I really do. I think that's great.
That's hilarious. Well, now all the women are going, well, let me go check. Well, be careful before you go check, because you don't know what you're going to get out there. Anyways, that was...
if you're able to really connect on that personality level, I think if you're able to accept... Conversation is a dying art for a lot of people, and... Yeah, it's through language that we're able to really create something that's far more meaningful than anything else.
Awesome. Well, these have been some great tips. So, David, tell our audience how they can find you. Well, not your apartment number, because you don't want them to come hunt you down. But how do they find you on the web?
On the web, that's a much better question. So you go to Mail Order Husband. No, sorry, scratch that. I have a podcast. It's Men's Survival Guide to Women. It's the humorous take on men needing to be able to survive their interactions with women. But we have some great guests that are, female dating coaches. Suzanne, you've been on it, that just gives some really great insights for both genders. You can find us either on iTunes or survivewomen.com.
Exactly. And ladies, I highly suggest you go check out his podcast, because he really does a great job on his podcast, and it will give you some insight into how men really think and what they want. So go check it out. So thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. And if you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you would like to get our free report on the top 3 secrets on what will attract any man, and I mean any man, it's guaranteed because it's been scientifically proven. Click right here on the video to get it below, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.
You gotta be kidding me.
The women are coming at your door.
You told me that I was gonna be safe.